So we're going to go over the sky mirror in program 1121. Cover the last bit of May, first few days in June 2018. Here's your chart. Now I know this looks complicated to you, but it's really not, you know. Charts are just pictures of the sky. Here's the horizon. The sun comes up over here and goes down there. Now I said all these charts for 0 Aries for convenience sake. But think of it this way. There's 10 planets around the edge here, counting the moon. And these are the characters in the play. And you already know who these characters are. They're in your language, they're in your culture, they're everywhere. You have a deep knowledge of astrology that you kind of forgot. So getting to know the characters, that's kind of easy. These lines, tell me how they get along. 120-degree trines, oh boy, they get along just like this. Or sextiles. Turn magnets at a different angle, they won't go to get it all, they fight. Here's an opposition. See, your week is starting off. Here's Venus opposing Saturn. Now this ain't so good for Venus. Sweet, sexy sister. She's in Cancer, too. So she's extra sweet and extra sexy. But by golly, when you see the show Thursday night, she's at 7 degrees. Yeah, Saturn's at 8, going backwards. So she's going to run afoul of the rules, the regulations, the old guys, disappointments, limitations in love. That's what you see here at the first of your week. The time you get to the end of the of your next week, Venus runs up and she opposes Pluto. So she's having trouble with control and police powers and things. So not so hot. Here's Mars. Mars has gone into Aquarius, but Uranus, the guy she's been squaring, has gone into Taurus. And they're only 2 degrees apart from a square, 90 degrees. These guys are, here's fires that are hard to stop. There's electrical fires, motor fires, plane crashes, train crashes, things that goes around, they get overheated. Mars is squaring them. Too much Mars, too much heat, the wiring burnt out. So you're going to see a lot of that. That's kind of ongoing. These all come up, well, more on that later. So the sun's in Gemini. It's going from 4 to 14. The sun is trining Mars. It says, get out there and do some physical work. Fix some things. That feels good. Just if I were you, I would avoid using the leaf blower and the electrical machine and the chainsaw and that kind of stuff. These are all motors and electrical things, that will tend to overheat and block the work. You won't get it done. But when you look at the whole thing, one thing's clear. Venus is in part of a grand trine. Look at that. Grand trine. 3 trines of 120 degrees, an equilateral triangle. Yeah, Jupiter trining Neptune, inspired higher thought. Yes, it's very nice. Has a loose sextile to Pluto and Discovery. But mainly here's Venus. Now Venus is going to hit this 15, 16 degrees like here next Thursday, Friday. And it's just there could be amazing new knowledge about love and sex and sweets and, a whole bunch of neat things. And it just happens because trines just fall in your lap. That's what trines do. You don't have to coach them. They just happen. Okay, let's run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern and see what it's like day by day. The moon goes through one day here in about, one sign in 2.5 days. That's a better way to look at it. And if you're on a Thursday show, the moon's in Libra. And it's been there since Wednesday afternoon. And on Thursday, there's this Venus-Saturn thing. It happens in the middle of the day, before lunch or so. And you think you're going to get some goodies and some love and some sweets. No, look out. Then comes Saturn. First comes the sweets and the desire. Oh, I want some sex, I want some sex. And then comes Saturn. I can't do that. There are rules, there are laws. So watch out for Thursday. Moon in Libra. On Friday the 25th of May, the moon's still in Libra. And in the middle of the day it squares Pluto. A little panicky. Probably not too happy with Pele. I think Pele's kind of angry about somebody who prayed to her regular said she's angry about the way this big island is going. Everybody just thinks about money and not each other and not the land, and they're not taking care of the land and the island, and so Pele's shaking us a little bit to remind us. Friday, moon in Libra. Huh? The tough part probably comes in on Saturday morning, because here's the old Uranus-Mars square. Here's the overheated engine. Here's sudden hot stuff. Here's accidents and injuries and crashes, and in general, very shaky. Everybody goes on the rush. Look out. First, this starts the rushing part with Uranus. That's really early. That's, 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. And then comes Mars, overheated. The battery died. That's about breakfast time. So it's not a very good Saturday morning. Moon in early Scorpio hits these two are in fixed signs now. Uranus here. Mars is in Aquarius, fixed air. Uranus is in Taurus, fixed earth. So now the fires will be more difficult to put out. And this anger that you have will be longer lasting. Starting Saturday morning. What are they doing to the environment? Oh. So now you got to get over this, because Saturday afternoon it kind of changes. The moon's in Scorpio for the next couple days, and here just around dinner and after dinner, well, there's a nice trine to Venus. There's love, there's sex, there's pretty things, there's flowers. Yes, butterflies. So it starts off pretty nice. Actually starts with Saturn here, huh? So you kind of get organized after dinner Saturday, and then late Saturday, actually early Sunday morning, here's Venus. That's got to be about 1 or 2 o'clock. Each little mark here is 2 hours. So a lot of stuff happening here. But, the getting organized and responsible first, Saturday night. And then sleep late and stay in bed with somebody you love Sunday morning for Venus. And then comes Jupiter about breakfast time, and everybody overdoes it, and there's a lot of clowning around and laughing and joy and you mean she loves me? Hooray! Trine to Venus. So this is quite nice. And then there's a trine to Neptune just after that, which is inspired and amplified, and this could be almost religious bliss. And that's Sunday morning, good time. Go to church. Go be with any group of people who will laugh a little bit and bring you up tone. Or just go sit under a tree. Sometimes it's better to be alone when you have wonderful trines like this, because it'll just happen inside, and the little birds will come and sit on your toe. So this is a lovely time, Sunday morning, the 27th. Continues through Sunday afternoon and evening. After dinner, here's a nice sextile to Pluto. You're still having wonderful discoveries. Hope you absorbed what you learned here on Sunday. It's a really nice day. Good teachings. Monday morning, well, here's 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and there's a opposition to Mercury. You mean the train's not running? My car won't work. Hard to get around. Communication, transportation problems. Moon opposing Mercury. Early Monday morning. Halfway through the day Monday, the moon leaves Scorpio and all of that optimism and goes into Sagittarius, and it starts getting a little more confused. Now Monday night there's a nice sextile to Mars. You can get out and hustle and do some physical things. Repair it, fix it. Get your hands dirty, okay? Yeah, be a hero and do some physical stuff. Monday night. Tuesday morning, you don't feel like doing anything. Here's an opposition to the sun. It's a full moon time at 8 Sag, so, carefulness Monday night. And Tuesday morning, I don't work on full moons because they tend to exaggerate things. That's Tuesday. Tuesday night, here's the moon squaring Neptune. Confusion, delusion. So Tuesday, full moon time, all day, confusion in the evening. Look out. Do as little as possible. On Wednesday, the moon's still in Sag, so you're going to feel that confusion still a bit, even though it's waning. You won't get your head straight until you get to Thursday. And here on Thursday, the moon goes into Capricorn, and real early in the morning, it sextiles or it trines Uranus. Common sense clicks in. Higher mental sciences. Yeah, astrology works. What did you think? You think that 80 different civilizations in the last 20,000 years were wrong? And we're right? Is there really a heaven and a hell? And is the whole Christian, Jewish, Muslim, fantasy true? No, it's not. Reincarnation is true. Astrology works. It's a different world. And we've been duped for 2,000 years. A flash of reality could hit you early Thursday morning. I hope it does. But you'll get brought down right away. What do you mean global warming is real? Here's Saturn. Here's a business guy. Here's a politician. And he ain't happy. And you're going to see, as the moon goes by Saturn, it sobers everybody up. What, Trump bailed out of the Iran deal? Why didn't he just negotiate his way out? Jeez. Back in the land of scary. And that's the way it is Thursday, May 31st. On Friday, June 1st, starts early in the morning with an opposition to Venus. Not much sweets, not much pleasure. Might as well get up and go for it. Around breakfast time, here's a sextile to Jupiter. Aha, new information. Then there's a sextile to Neptune. Inspiration. So Friday could start out pretty well if you're not a glutton about something you think you missed. Yeah, and by the time you get to Friday night and after dinner, the moon goes by Pluto. Discovery. I love discovery. You can get into a lot of things. Friday, what is that? Underground movies at TCM. And Friday you get Ancient Aliens. A lot of discovery goes on. So go for it. Be a Sherlock Holmes. Be Pluto. Moon goes by Pluto. We're all Pluto. Everybody's mind just turns that way Friday afternoon and evening. Saturday morning, moon's still in Capricorn. It starts to get more physical, but, here's that square to Uranus. There's a glitch. The power went out. The battery's dead. I feel isolated, alone, shaky, edgy. Saturday morning. Yeah. And then Saturday night, the moon goes by Mars and we're angry. So Saturday isn't a very cool day. Aloneness, angriness. Sunday morning on June 3rd, if you got over your angriness of the night before, it could be kind of nice. Here's a sextile to Mercury, about just before lunch or so. And after lunch, before dinner, here's a trine to the sun. You're getting stuff done. Tendency to overdo it that you'll notice around dinner time when the moon squares Jupiter, but still not too bad a day. Changes, doesn't it? Every couple days the moon, 2.5 days, the moon changes sign, and all the vibes change. And if you really watch what's going on here in the sky mirror, you'll be kind of amazed. Of course, this ain't your chart. Your chart could be running against this tide sometimes, but basically the people around you, the neighbors, what's going through your head, the birds, the dogs, the cats, people at work, all of them kind of follow the same path. Of course, they don't realize that they're all dancing in time to the same rhythm, do they? So if you say to them on Thursday at lunch, "Oh, what a depressing day," You know, we all have to be so sober. Some people will say, yes, it sure is gray and depressing, isn't it? But a lot of them won't admit that they're having real depression from Saturn. Or when you start your week, here's the problem with Venus. Thursday morning and Thursday in the middle of the day on May 24th. What, no sweets? Everybody feels that way. You got to get that. Only difference is in the time zones of what it says on the clock. When the moon goes by that square to Venus and square to Saturn, you'll feel depressed. You're not getting enough love in life. And that's the way you'll feel.